Welcome back again to the journey of improving my communication skill. So let's dive into this. If she weren't if she weren't tall, I wouldn't have noticed her. It is funny how her height saved my life. If she has been 4 inches shorter, my eyes may never have met her and everything would have been different. If I had not been bored and arrived at the basketball court an hour earlier, I I would have been different if someone had not missed a pass and the ball has not come out of the court and hit me on the head. I would have a different life. Tiny bump in time shape our lives even though we spend hours trying to make long-term plans. I had no plans to meet the love of my life on the basketball court. I was there only to kill time and because I had nowhere else to go. A small crowd of students, mostly men, had gathered around the St. Stephen basketball court. Girls' sport trial always garnered, garnered an audience. There was no better excuse to check them out. Everyone spoke in English. I didn't speak at all. I straightened, straightened my back and stared at the court with a sense of purpose, mainly to come across as if I could belong there. As 10 girls came to the court, the crowd cheered. 5 of the girls belonged to the existing college team, the other 5 had applied for admission under the sport quota. Hughes came to the center of the court, ball in hand and whistle in mouth. As he blew it, the girls sprang into action. 5 feet 9 inch is tall for an Indian girl. It is tall even for a girl in a basketball team. Her long neck, long arms, long legs held every guy's attention. She was a part of the sport quota applicant team. She wore black fitted short and a sleeve sport vest with R printed in yellow at the back. She collected the ball within seconds. She wore expensive Nike Nike angle length sneaker, the kind I have seen NBA player wear on TV. Her diamond earrings twinkled in the sun. She dribbled the ball with her right hand. I noticed she had long, beautiful fingers. 10 points for Luke, each coach. A senior student called out as R passed the ball. The crowd tittered. Well, the man did. The voice cracked, distracted her for a moment, but she resumed her game as if she was used to such comment. The sport protocol played well individually, however, they didn't play well as a team. R dribbled the ball and reaches the opposition's basketball. Three opponents surrounded her. R passes the ball to her teammate who missed the pass. What the R screamed. Too late, the rival team took the ball, passed it to the other end, and scored a basket. R cursed herself, inaudible to anyone else. She then signaled to 3 of her teammates to cover a specific opponent and jogged across the court. When she went past me, I saw her sweaty, flushed face from up close. We made eye contact for nanoseconds, perhaps only in my imagination, but in those nanoseconds, something happened to my heart. No, I wouldn't say I fell in love with her. I wouldn't even say I felt attracted to her. But I felt something deep inside, strong enough for my heart to say, "You have to talk to this girl at least once in your life." Babe, cover her. I said, cover. R screamed. Her state of mind was as far from mine as possible. She passed the ball to her teammate, who missed scoring a basket again. What are you doing? What are you guys doing? She shouted in perfect English. I felt nervous. How would I ever speak to her? Her face was grimy dust sticking to her left cheeks and forehead. Yet it was one of the most beautiful faces I have ever seen in my entire life. Sometimes it is hard to explain why you find a person beautiful. Was it her narrow face perfect in line with her slender body? Was it her flawless skin and complexion which has turned from cream to pink to red, or was it not about her looks at all? Was it her passion, her being totally immense in the game? I didn't know. Of course, I never actually thought it would lead to something. She seemed to pause to even give me a second glance. Destiny, however, had other plans. For why else in the seventh minute of the first half would the college team captain overthrow the ball outside the court where it hit my head as stood on the sideline. Why would I grab the ball in reflex? More than anything, why would R come to collect it? Ball, please, she said, panting. I felt paralyzed. I said, ball, please, she said. I held on the ball for an extra half second. I wanted to look at her a bit longer. I wanted to take snapshot of her sweaty face and store in my mind's camera for life. I threw the ball at her. She caught it with ease and looked at me. She could tell from my throw that I knew the game. Change your point, shooter, I said. For some reason, I had managed to speak in a current English this time. What she said, she surveyed me from up to down. I now wish I had worn better clothes. I had not changed out my interview shirt and pants, both of which the tailor back home and stitched two do's for me. I looked out of place on the basketball court. With my folders of certificate, I resemble a hero from those Hindi films at the 70s. The one who could not find a job. I have a Bihar State Team T-shirt. I wanted to tell her. Of course, in the middle of a game and as a first conversation, this was a terrible idea. Your shooter is useless, I said. The referee whistled to commence the game. She turned away and forgot about me faster than her throw reached her team member. Here pass it to R sorted as she reached the opposition basket. Her point sorted, held the ball and looked around confused. I said, here. R screamed so loudly that pigeon flew off the tree in the lawn. The point shooter passed the ball. R caught it and took a shot from well beyond at 3-point line. Whoosh! The ball went through the basket. The crowd cheers. They already had a soft spot for R anyway. The referee around announced a break at the 10-minute mark. The college team was 12-5. R held with her team figuring out their strategy for the next half. As her team meet ended, she wiped her face and neck with a towel. I couldn't take my eyes off her. I forgot I had my own trial in less than an hour. I only wanted to figure out a way to talk to her a bit more. Maybe I could tell her she played well. I wonder how to tell her about my state level game without coming across as a show off. And more than anything, how would I go beyond 5 words of English? She caught me staring. I want to kill myself. She continued to look directly at me, the towel still around the neck. Then she walked up to me. A shiver ran down my spine. I didn't mean to stare. I want to tell her. I wonder if she would scream at me like she had done during the match. Thanks, R said. She had walked across the court to thank me. She was breathing hard. My eyes were glued to here. Look away, Madha. I scolded myself and turned away. That was a good tip, she said to my left profile. Well, you are good, I said. Uttering each word was like lifting a brick. Well, you are good, I said. Uttering each word was like lift a brick. Any other suggestion for a second half? We are losing. Yes, I said, turning to the facer again. I wanted to give you some more tips, but couldn't in English. You speak Hindi, I said. She looked baffled. Nobody in Stephen had ever asked anyone that question. Well, yes, of course, she said. Okay, I said, and explain in my language. They have two strong players, cover them tight. Don't fix Formation for your player. Two of yours should have moved with them. You become the shooter, one of other two. One is your defense and other support you. The whistle blew again. Got to go, she said. Catch you later. I didn't understand what catch you means. Did it mean she would catch what I had said later? Did it mean she didn't understand what I had said? Or did she mean she actually wanted to catch me? Like she liked me so much she wanted to catch me? Of course, this seems unlikely. But then I had give her good tips, and you never know with these modern people. You see, my mind has this override switches, especially when I am excited. It started to get ahead of itself and think unless thought when I could actually be doing something constructive like watching the games or finding out the girl's name. The game restarted, the referee whistled the sound of the player shoes as they ran across the court. The shriek, the yell, and the cries of victories and defeat. Few things in life matches the excitement of the sport court. Basketball, underrated as it might be in this country, packed packed it all in half an hour. I can't understand. I cannot understand why Indian don't play this game more. It doesn't take up too much space, doesn't need much equipment, and a big group can play it all at once. Yes, she screamed as she scored a basket. The ball went in without touching the rings, making the most beautiful sound in the basketball game. The soft chuck when only the net touches the ball. Sweet drips off her face as she ran back to her side of the court. The match ended 21-15. The newbies had lost, but still keep pace with the college team, a considerable achievement. Or, however, seemed disappointed. She wiped her face with a towel and picked up her blue Nike kit bag. Nike kit bag. A few boys tried to make eye contact with her, but she ignored them. I want to speak to her, however, no boy from Dumrao had ever had the gut to approach a high class girl from Delhi. I wanted her to watch my games. There was nothing else I could impress her with. Coach Hughes went up to her. They became engrossed in a conversation. This was my chance. Underconfident guys need a go between to speak a girl. I ran up to Pius. My trial now. I changed sir. I said to him. Pius turned to me surprised. I don't know whether at my English or my stupid question or both. ऐसे खेलेगा ट्रायलवा है या मजाक he said in Bhojpuri not even Hindi he meant will you play like this is this a trial or a job I regretting knowing him I then are interrupted oh you are also a sport quota Piyush looked at both of us surprised at the familiarity yes I said one of the few English response I could give with confidence. A state level player watched this Bihari's game and go. Piyush said and Jafal before he left. I could have taken offense. He used the word Bihari as if to say watch even this poor little Bihari can play. Despite being a Bihari himself, however, he has helped me without knowing it, so I was grateful. She looked at me and smiled. No wonder you gave those tips, she said, state level. My God. What is your good name? I burst out without any context or sense of timing. Also, who on the earth say good name these days? Only loser like me who translate Shubh Naam in Hindi to English. Good or bad, only one name. Ria, she said and smiled. Ria, I love her short little name, or maybe even when you start liking people, you start liking everything about them. From their sweaty sweaty eyebrows to their little names. Your name, she said for the first time in my life, a girl has asked my name. Myself, Madhavja. That was my reflex response. I was only later that I learned that people who constructed sentence like that sounds low class. You see, we think in English first, then simply translate our thought word for word. From Bihar, she said and laughed, right? She didn't laugh because I was a Bihari. She laughed because Piyush had already revealed that fact about me. There was no judgment in her voice. I liked her more every second. Yes, you from Delhi itself. I wanted to continue talking to her. I wanted to know her full name and her native place. This is how we introduce ourselves in Dumro. However, I didn't know how to ask her in English, the language one needed to impress her. Plus, I had a selection trial in a few minutes. The coach blew the whistle. I have my trial now. Will you watch? I said. Okay, she said. I ran rather hopped in excitement towards the changing room. Soon I was back on the court and Pius started the game. I played well. I don't want to brag, but I played better than any player on the college team. Basketball, I shouted as I scored my fifth shot. As the crowd clapped, I looked around. She was sitting on one of the benches, sipping water from a bottle. She clapped too. I had a good game, but her presence made me even better. The score inched forward. I pushed myself harder and scored a few more baskets. When I looked a tough shot, the senior patted my back. Hughes blew the final whistle. Final score 25-28. We had done it. The newbies has managed to defeat the St. Stephen team. My body was drenched in sweat. I felt drained and exhausted. Player patted my back as I struggled to catch my breath. Pius came running to me in the middle of the court. You scored 17 out of 28. Well done, Bihari, he said. He ruffled my sweaty hair. I walked out of the court deliberately towards Ria. Wow, you really are good, she said. Thanks, I said, still panting after the game. Anyways, I have to go, she said and extended her hand. Nice to meet you. Bye. Bye, I said, my heart shrink. My head had known it would end like this. My heart didn't want it to end. Unless you are both lucky, she said and grinded and the higher power here admitters. Who knows, I said. Yes, but but if they do, then see you else. Bye. She walked away. I realized I didn't even know her full name. As she became more distant with every step, I wanted nothing more than to get admission to St. Stephen. I walked up to Pius. You cracked it. On fire on the court. Oh, he said, sir, but the interview, my English sucked. He said, disappointed, slammed into me. His expression suggested sucked means something nasty. But you play bloody good basketball. Pius continued. He patted my back and walked. I stood alone in the middle of the basketball court. Everyone else has left. I saw the bright color building and the greenery around me. Is this place in my destiny? I wonder. Well, it wasn't just about my destiny, it was our destiny. This is why 1 month later a postman came to my doorstep in Dumro with a letter from St. Stephen College. He also wanted a big tip. Oh, this was for the day. I will see you in the next video. Till then, keep going.